So in southeast Queensland, roads have been cut, hundreds of schools are shut and thousands of people are in evacuation shelters. In Brisbane, conditions are extremely dangerous. The Brisbane River is expected to peak around 4 metres, with more than 1,400 homes expected to be inundated. There are major alerts from Gympie right down to the New South Wales border. So major flood warnings right now still for the Mary River, the Noosa River, the Brisbane and Bremer rivers and the Logan and Albert rivers in that Gold Coast area. The system is now tracking south, but the threat will remain for days, including for Maryborough, about 220 k's north of Brisbane, and the Logan and Bow Desert regions, where the river is expected to pass the 2017 level of 20.5 metres. Residents in the southeast are grappling with the situation.
When you're completely cut off, it sort of, it makes you think about the important things in life. I didn't think, well, a lot of people didn't think it would get up this high so soon.
And over the border in New South Wales, evacuation orders span from the Queensland border right the way down to Woodburn, and the rain is actually falling pretty heavily in Coffs further south right now as well. So these are examples of places in New South Wales where there are evacuation orders in place right now, not for the whole community, but for parts of these communities, just as an indication of how widespread this is, from Tumblegum to Murwillumbah to Ocean Shores, Mullumbimby. Mullumbimby is near where that fall of 600 mils has taken place in the last 24 hours. Kyogle, Lismore, where there are those emergency situations unfolding right now with people getting up on their roofs because the floodwaters have risen so high. Corrokai and Woodburn are other examples of places in New South Wales where there are evacuation orders in place for parts of those communities right now. So Lismore is probably in the worst situation that we've heard of so far this morning, with some of the stories we've heard out of there. Floodwaters predicted to reach 14 metres, smashing the record set way back in 1880 by more than a metre. Authorities have been calling on anyone with a boat and experience to help out after water spilled over the top of the levee and people were isolated, and that peak in Lismore is still to come.
2 metres higher than we were expecting, and it just rose so fast. These guys were our neighbours, they saved our lives. We got all the dogs out and we got our skins out, and that's about it.